Hi guys, it's Jen Trey, creator of Monochrome Paradox, a fantasy drama comics that you can read in Webtoon Canvas. Welcome back to the channel where we cultivate the journey on creating comics. Today's topic we're going to talk about is what I've struggled for so long, that is the so-called entrapment of perfectionism. It took me 2 years to upload my first chapter, whilst the reason is because I want to accumulate chapters to be uploaded weekly. However, the underlying reason is connected to the expectations I've set on myself and on my work that is clearly unattainable as a beginner. I believe I collected 5 chapters when I uploaded my very first chapter. I forgot what chapter exactly, but frankly, I wasn't supposed to upload it earlier than what I planned, which is when I'm done with my 10th. A week ago, I posted my 10th chapter, so if I haven't posted my first last March, I would be posting it in the next 2 weeks. 6 months have passed already, and in that span, I learned so much. Just from concretely executing my comics, from scripting to posting it online, while training myself to have the discipline of working professionally by following schedules and managing my time. I had that 2 years of learning from drawing every day, but the experience of uploading my work for everyone to see differs a lot from just completing tasks without any regard to a time frame. Perfectionism withholds us from improvement. For comic creators, this could manifest by preventing ourselves from posting our work because of doubts in our skills. This could also be related with quitting early or editing our work from the beginning because of discontentment. It's always about thinking that we could do something more, and we hide it to ourselves because we're afraid of being vulnerable to the eyes of others. Improvement comes with learning. So if we keep holding ourselves back because of fear, how could we improve? There's comfort for being a flawed human. It's a sigh of relief to not put yourself on a pedestal. It's okay that your art or your storytelling skills is still not where you want it to be. If you're a beginner, it's okay if right now you're still struggling to reach others with your work. But it doesn't mean that you'll just be satisfied with that. We should walk towards improvement while proudly carrying our flaws through the journey of cultivation. This is why I personally do not want to change my first few chapters in regards to art style and storytelling. Initially, I did consider, but eventually I dropped the idea. And it's because the 2 years I've been drawing my comics, despite how I cringe at my art, it makes me proud of myself knowing that I'm improving. If you're a reader of my comics, or even if you haven't read it and you plan to read it after this video, hopefully, you will notice the drastic change in my art. I think the only changes I will do in previous chapters will be the minor inconsistencies, but nothing really major at all. Someday, I want to look back and tell myself, look at where you came from, and here you are right now. I want to share it to everyone that it's okay if you're an amateur, because we all start from somewhere, and that somewhere entails our flaws and inadequacies that we could learn from. Yes, we shouldn't let unnecessary hate comments or unsolicited subjective criticisms that won't contribute to the improvement of our comics hinder and affect us. However, we might encounter comments that are objective, and it is to our best judgment to consider it, as long as it may help improve your work and yourself as a comic creator. We have our shortcomings as a human being who just create comics, of course, and sometimes we can see our weak points, but there are others who can. While we may consider this as a personal attack, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, because maybe we could learn from it. But if it won't contribute anything, then just scrap it and don't dwell on it. There will always be people who will not like our works, but that must not give us the reason of hindering ourselves from improvement, because not only we could learn from ourselves, but we could learn from others. Being a comic creator in a digital age, it's a given that we're surrounded by many, that is only separating us by our electronic devices. Therefore, we can't just quit all because people are not in line with our beliefs, values, and preferences that are manifesting through our work. Perfectionism is like a cigarette that could slowly kill us, but we have that choice if we will take it as our comfort zone, despite knowing its consequences, or refrain from beating ourselves up. There's no satisfying assurance in perfectionism, just a cycle of uncertainties. Question is, are you ready to give it up for the sake of improvement? Don't think twice. You don't have to be ready, it's just up to you if you will take action. Thank you guys for listening. If you like this kind of videos, please do consider subscribing and give a like. You can listen to me ramble while you do your comics with similar topics in my Speech Bubble playlist. You can also read my comics Monochrome Paradox on Webtoon Canvas. Link is on my description box below. Don't forget to be kind to yourselves, guys. See you.